Hello guys, and welcome to my first aviation video, and today we will be flying on Vatsim, just traffic patterns, which Vatsim is a air traffic control simulation thing, and we're gonna be doing it in the Cessna 172, and let's get started by starting the aircraft. Okay, fuel selector both, fuel valve on, mixture full, throttle 10% about, parking brake on, fuel pump on, masters on, beacon, nav, strobe, magnetos, bring them to start, and the aircraft is all started up. Okay, so now let's turn on the avionics masters and go ahead and we'll tune Bradley, or we'll just double click Bradley ATIS, which this is the weather. So altimeter's 3005. And information Zulu. Okay, so now let's tune 120.3, which is Bradley Tower. And we'll call to see if we can get traffic patterns, which, just so you know, a traffic pattern is a bunch of turns. You start off going, you make a 90-degree turn, which is called your crosswind. Then you make another 90-degree turn going like the opposite side of the runway that you just went on. And then you make, or that's called your downwind. Then you make another turn, that's called your base. And that's like, and then you make another turn, and that's your final, and then that's what happens. Okay, so I believe now we are switched to, nope, okay, didn't click the button.
Discretion, advise ready to taxi. Expect runway 33 for departure.
Okay, so this is Bradley Tower, and we're November 173 Mike Charlie. We'll go ahead and turn off fuel valve and throttle idle. Bradley Tower, November 173 Mike Charlie, radio check.
555.
So you do a radio check and 5x5 means that you're perfect. November 173 Mike Charlie, we'd like to request traffic patterns.
November 173 Mike Charlie, Bradley Tower. Roger, say your aircraft type form.
We're a Cessna 172 Slant Gulf.
Cessna 3 Mike Charlie, Roger. Let me know when you're ready to taxi. Expect runway 6.
We'll expect runway 6, and we're ready to taxi now with Zulu.
Cessna 3 Mike Charlie, thank you for Zulu. Runway 6, taxi via Delta.
6 via Delta, November 173 Mike Charlie. Okay, so now we just got, so this right here is runway 6. This is Delta, I just know that because of my charts. So let's go ahead and pull out. Oh, first let's make sure taxi lights on and pitot heat on. And that's, now we're good to start taxi. But so at this is where I control sometimes, and this will come in the future videos of me controlling, but yeah, so this is Bradley International, it's in Hartford, Connecticut, and yeah, so we'll be flying traffic patterns today on Bradley Tower's frequency. I think he might get off soon, and it'll just be center. So Vatsim works in a top-down fashion. So if ground's not on, then tower works ground. If tower's not on, then approach works tower, ground. If center's not on, if approach isn't on, then center works all of those positions. And then, yeah, so, and then if center's not on, then there's this thing called Unicom, which is traffic advisory frequency, to know where other aircraft are. Okay, so let's get all trimmed out. Let's go ahead and do a quick checklist. 1,700 RPM. Check our gauges here. We're gonna go one flap.
So it's a 3 Mike Charlie. Let me know when you finish your run up and you're ready to depart.
November 173 Mike Charlie, we're ready to depart now.
So it's a 3 Mike Charlie, wind calm, runway 6, clear for takeoff. Enter left, close traffic.
Left closed traffic, runway 6 cleared for takeoff, 3 Mike Charlie. And so now we're cleared for takeoff, and we have to make left traffic, which means we make left-hand turns. The closed part doesn't mean anything, really. They could say wide traffic, I'm pretty sure, but... okay, so we'll make our left turn once we get all trimmed out here on our first step, full power. And here we go. But I will be doing putting out a few air traffic controlling videos. I air traffic control for Vatsim too. So now I'm getting the aircraft trimmed out.
Papa India Charlie 423, runway 33, taxi via Sierra.
Pattern altitude is about 1,500. So we make that climb and then make our turn. So here we go. Just trimming out the aircraft right now. And flaps up. And I'll do an IFR video maybe later, tomorrow or so. I'm on spring break right now. So.
Bradley Tower, good afternoon. 412 Tango Whiskey. You looking to pick up an IFR to Nantucket?
November 412 Tango Whiskey, Bradley Tower, good afternoon. Cleared to Nantucket Airport by the Bradley 6 departure. Radar vector is Providence, Dennisfeld. Maintain 4,000. Expect 9,000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 134.7, squawk 5554, 5554.
And 412 Tango Whiskey is cleared to the Nantucket Airport with the Bradley 6 departure. Radar vector is Providence, Dennisfeld. Maintain 4,000. Expect 9,000, 10 minutes after. Departure with center and squawk 5554.
November 2 Tango Whiskey, readback is correct. ATIS information, Zulu is current. Advise ready taxi, expect runway 6 for departure.
Yeah, we'll expect runway 6 to Tango Whiskey.
So that's the 3 Mike Charlie, runway 6 cleared for the option.
Runway 6 cleared for the option, November 173 Mike Charlie. So basically what the option is, it's the same as being cleared to land. It's just you have to do a touch and go, it's called, so this is what you do in pattern. But if you want to just do one traffic pattern and then be done, then you'll just tell them you'd like a full stop landing, then they'll clear you for landing. But a touch and go is where you land, get your aircraft reconfigured, then for takeoff, and then take back off. So okay, we're gonna initiate a little descent here.
Papa India Charlie 423, runway 33, line up and wait. Traffic in the downwind. Crossing runway.
But you want to start making your base when you're at about a 45-degree angle to the runway. So here we come. Make sure you always have a visual on the runway in a traffic pattern, like when you're on your base, or just tell the tower that you have to go around and then you just won't even touch down for the first time, because that's really important. And I would make a longer final, but as you heard, there's a an aircraft lining up on the other runway, which that's one other thing. Line up and wait means just line up on the runway. You aren't cleared for takeoff though. But he's not able to take off because I am here. So yeah, we don't want to take the runway up forever, even though when you're cleared to land, it's your runway for until like you're off of it. So if you're cleared for takeoff, you could take as much time as you want on the runway, unless they say
Ready for
that there's
push and
traffic.
start from gate 12 and information Zulu, Air Canada 420.
Canada 428, Bradley Tower, good afternoon. Pushback taxiway, Sierra is approved, advise ready to taxi.
Here we go, just watch this buttery.
Runway 33 is available, Air Canada 420.
Air Canada 420, affirmative, runway 33.
Thanks.
Have it touched? Oh, yes. Okay, so now we'll go in the cockpit here. We look good on pitch, flaps up to about 1. Okay, and here we go. Full power again. And this one I'll make a full stop landing, and then don't want it to be too long for my first video for aviation. Okay, and we'll take off.
Cessna 3 Mike Charlie, extend your upwind, I'll call your left turn.
Extend upwind, you'll call my crosswind, Cessna 3 Mike Charlie. Okay, so basically he just said fly straight for
Papa India
quite a
Charlie
while,
423, fly heading
this guy
330, runway
taking
33, cleared for takeoff.
But he'll call my crosswind to my first left turn, so you have to stay straight. Sometimes they'll say I'll call your base when you're in downwind, so we just have to stay flying straight here until otherwise noticed. But that guy's flying a heading of 330 on departure, so sometimes tower they'll give you a heading, or like they'll say RNAV, which means just fly direct, so they'll be like RNAV waypoint, and then you gotta fly towards that waypoint that they say. Or they'll say just fly heading 333, for example, and then you gotta fly that heading on departure, or fly runway heading, which means just fly straight until further advised.
Cessna 3 Mike Charlie, turn left crosswind.
Turn left crosswind, Cessna 3 Mike Charlie. But 3 Mike Charlie is my abbreviated call sign.
Papa India Charlie
Instead of having to
423,
say November
contact center
173 the
134.7.
whole time, they just can make it the last number of your call, or the last 3 digits of your call sign. So number and then normally 2 letters, which that's how a VFR call sign is, which is what I'm flying. Visual flight rules.
134.7. Good day.
Don't have any like waypoints or anything to fly towards to help you. You just use visual aids. Oh, and one thing I think I should touch on before any of you guys fly, you have to get a clearance to fly in what's called a Class Bravo, which are the bigger airports, like, for example, Boston, or Atlanta, or Phoenix. I said Atlanta, okay. Like Dallas, Fort Worth, you gotta get permission if you're VFR to fly into it. Most people on Vatsim are IFR. I just wanted to be VFR just to kind of show you what Vatsim was, and yeah. But Tower, he said in the controller's website that he'd be getting off at 4, but you never know, he has quite a bit of traffic, and we'll make this a full stop this time, and yeah, which means we won't go for another pattern, and I don't know why I don't have my landing lights on. You're required to have your landing lights on when you're in the air, or when you're underneath 10,000 feet. And one other thing, you can't go over 250 miles an hour, or knots, I guess. And if you're under 10,000 feet, that's breaking a rule, a law, technically. So we're gonna make this a pretty long final. Okay, so as you turn base, you put one notch of flap. Sorry, I can't speak. One notch of flaps in, and you start your descent. Start to turn your base. It's still not long. We're gonna be basically turning over the approach lights. November 173, Mike Charlie. We're gonna make a full stop this time.
So the 3 Mike Charlie, runway 6, clear to land.
Runway 6 clear to land, 3 Mike Charlie. But yeah, so full stop just means you're gonna return to the ramp and...
Bradley Tower, citation 571, Papa Sierra, right base for runway 33.
November 571, Papa Sierra, Bradley Tower, Bradley altimeter 3005. Enter right base, runway 35, clear to land. Correction, runway 33, clear to land.
Right base, runway 33, clear to land, 1 Papa Sierra.
Okay, so full flaps. Okay, good turn there. So we're coming out over the center line. We're gonna, once you've made the runway, you go idle. So like once, if you were to have an engine failure, or yeah, engine
Ready for
failure,
taxi, Air
then
Canada
you-
420.
and you could still make it, then that's when you go idle, so. Because you want to be slow.
Air Canada 420, runway 33, taxi by Sierra.
Okay, idle.
Runway 33, Valley Sierra, Air Canada 420.
Gonna add just a little power. Oh, level wings. Oh, we're drifting off. Okay, we're gonna do a go around. Cessna 3 Mike Charlie on the go.
Cessna 3 Mike Charlie, go around, fly runway heading.
Fly runway heading, Cessna 3 Mike Charlie.
Cessna 3 Mike Charlie, you gonna stay in the pattern or are you doing something else?
We'll stay in the pattern, 3 Mike Charlie.
Cessna 3 Mike Charlie, enter left close traffic.
Left close traffic, 3 Mike Charlie. Okay, but, so the reason I went around and never be afraid in Vatsim is I was off the center line. I could have gone back probably, but they'd prefer you to, just go around probably, and you really can just abbreviate it. So just say like, I'm on the go. That's really all you need to say. Just on the go, especially if you're in an airliner because you're trying to manage then so many things. So just on the go, and the controllers know what to say, and then they'll normally say, if you're in a big airliner, they'll say fly runway heading, maintain 3,000, but they don't.
Air Canada
for
420, runway
small
33,
Cessnas.
line up and wait, traffic on a 4-mile right base.
Line up and wait, runway 33, Air Canada 420.
So technically, well, I really should have read my checklist.
November 3 Mike Charlie, extend your downwind, I'll call your base.
Extend downwind, you'll call my base, 3 Mike Charlie. So balked landing, it should have been powerful throttle.
Air Canada 420,
vehicle,
fly runway heading,
so
runway
that's
33, clear for takeoff.
Runway heading, clear for takeoff, Air Canada 420.
And then wing flaps 20%, which we've already retracted all of them. you're supposed to be a little farther out on the pattern because you're not supposed to obstruct any, like if there were to be or if I was at like Boston, they'd get mad because you're not supposed to obstruct the arrival course at all. And we're actually pretty high, so that wouldn't be too big of an obstruction, but still we'll get to have a long final and actually get established. Okay.
Air Canada 420 contact Boston Center 134.7.
4.7. See ya, Air Canada 420.
November 3 Mike Charlie, turn left heading 150.
Left 1503 Mike Charlie.
Bradley, good
Just made a
afternoon.
bad
Oscar
pattern,
Echo
so I
Kilo
think
Uniform
contact
Echo
the
with
rest.
information Zulu.
Oscar Echo Kilo Uniform Echo Bradley Tower, good afternoon. Your clearance on request, stand by.
Thank you.
Cessna 3 Mike Charlie, traffic at your 10 o'clock in 3 miles. It's a citation jet landing runway 33. Report you have him in sight.
In sight 3 Mike Charlie.
Roger, maintain visual separation with that traffic. Turn left heading 210, and you're cleared visual approach runway 6.
Left 210 cleared visual approach runway 6 3 Mike Charlie. So what visual approach means is you just have to be able to see the runway. Normally, like if you're coming from a different airport, they'll tell you report in sight. Like
Cessna 3 Mike Charlie, runway 6, clear to land.
Runway 6 cleared to land 3 Mike Charlie. But they'll tell you to report field in sight, and then you just have to look for the field, and then for the traffic.
Tower 1 Pub Sierra, do I have landing
The
clearance?
10 o'clock, just think of the, they'll say like 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock.
November 1 Papa Sierra, affirmative.
Just think of it as like a clock. So like 12 o'clock is directly ahead of you, 3 o'clock's about 45-degree angle off to your right. 10 o'clock's at about almost a 45 off to your left, but yeah, that's basically what the clock. So we got a guy, we're supposed to maintain visual separation with me, which means they don't give us any instructions about separation. So, and he just landed the crossing runway, so hopefully
November 1 Papa Sierra, exit left next intersection.
Okay, yep. So he was told to
Left
exit
next intersection, 1
so
Papa Sierra.
he doesn't obstruct our runway. Idle. But you really just have to look for the lights. That's what you're looking for when they tell you to look for traffic. You just look for those lights.
Oscar Echo Kilo Uniform Echo, you ready for your IFR clearance?
Affirm, go ahead, sir.
Sirius Kilo Uniform
kinda
Echo,
hard.
clear to Islip Airport by the Bradley 6 departure, radar vectors Hartford.
Oh.
Then is filed. Maintain
Almost
4,000.
tipped. Almost
Expect 16,000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 134.7, squawk 1313.
Thank you. Cleared destination Long Island, Hartford departure. Bradley 6 departure, Hartford, 4,000 initially. Expect 16,000 10 minutes after departure. And squawk 1313, airborne 134.7.
Sirius Kilo Uniform Echo, readback is correct. Ace information Alpha has just gone current. Advise ready to taxi. Expect runway 6 for departure.
Thank you. Runway 6 for departure, and I call you ready
Okay,
for
so
taxi.
the yellow line.
Says 3 Mike Charlie, exit left enable taxi to ramp via Sierra Delta.
Ramp via Sierra Delta, 3 Mike Charlie.
Bravo Tower, 1 Pop Sierra, request taxi back to the active for VFR departure to Nashua at 3,500 feet.
November 1 Papa Sierra, Roger, runway 6, taxi via Sierra Charlie.
6 via Sierra, Charlie, 1 Pop Sierra.
November 1 Papa Sierra, maintain VFR at or below 2,500. Departure frequency 134.7 and stand by on the squawk.
Okay, so now that we're on the ground, we'll just squawk stand
November
by.
1 Papa Sierra, squawk 4703.
No, that's not what you have to do.
4703, 1 Pop Sierra,
like
maintain
to-
VFR at or below 2,500, departure frequency 134.7.
November 1 Papa Sierra, readback is correct.
Cut over the grass just a little bit.
And for 1 Tango Whiskey with information Alpha, ready to taxi.
November 2 Tango Whiskey, runway 6, taxi via Delta.
6 via Delta, 2 Tango Whiskey.
Okay, we'll just pull forward, so we're gonna try not to obstruct him, but it doesn't really matter because we'll be
Attention all aircraft, Boston, correction, Bradley ATIS information Alpha is current. Bradley altimeter 3004.
Okay, so just after for shutdown, parking brakes set, check. Radios and equipment off. Throttle 1000 RPM. Lights off. Master off. Magneto off. And we're just gonna continue just so I can get an actual shutdown. Control and lock. Okay, so then mixture idle. Okay. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. I should be doing more of these types of videos. I'll be controlling. I have I'm actually training for Boston, so I might post that video tomorrow. So yeah, have a good rest of your guys' day and see ya.